Hey guys, what's up? It's Kendall again, and welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. We are continuing the Cups series. If you have missed any of my other tarot card videos, my playlist Tarot Tuesdays goes over every single tarot card in the entire tarot deck if you are trying to learn and follow along how to read tarot and interpret tarot. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another one. Cups is our final suit, so if there are any other suits you're trying to learn, that playlist is where you will find those videos. Let's continue our series with the Five of Cups today. Let's dive right into it. Looking at the imagery on the card of the Five of Cups, we can tell that this is probably more of a heavy-some card to pull. It's a lot of loss, it's a lot of despair in this card, and as we can see, we have 3 cups that are laying on the ground. There's 2 cups that are still standing. We have the guy in the middle who's kind of like looking down, sad, despaired, with a long cloak on, and it's a black cloak. So usually this is a sign of just deep sadness and a little bit of a loss, but let's dive into what it means in a general reading. As we know, we're coming off of the Four of Cups, which is an apathetic card. If you missed that video, please go check that out before we dive into the 5 because they do relate to each other. As we know, tarot goes through an entire journey through each one of the suits, and we just came off of an apathetic card where things just aren't going our way. We're disappointed. We feel like it is what it is. Nothing I do ever is going to change anything. And then we get to the Five of Cups, which is that feeling of loss. We're still in a negative emotional state, and this more so is a feeling of like just disappointment, where things don't go as you thought they would go, like we discussed in the past card. But the difference of this card is that we're just like very unhappy, where before we kind of sat in a little bit, there might be like a guilt or regret feeling in the Four of Cups. The Five of Cups is different because it's like you missed an opportunity or you lost an opportunity in whatever situation you have going on. So looking at the other cards and the context of those cards, pulling the Five of Cups is going to give you more in depth of what exactly we're talking about. Sometimes the Five of Cups is related to grieving something. So the major word that I want you to associate with the Five of Cups is some sort of emotional loss. The cups is an emotional suit. Again, cups representing water flow, the flow of emotions. So think of what the cards are trying to tell you, associating to an emotional loss of some sort or some sort of emotional despair. As we look at the Five of Cups in love, career, and finance, I do want you to remember that we're only at the number 5. So as we take this emotional journey until we get to the King of Cups, just remember that although we're sitting in a loss right now, there is good emotions coming. So just because the 4 and the 5 seem to be a little bit of heavier cards, I promise as you see as we go through the cups, you'll see what it develops into. Let's dive into the love meaning of the card so you can really get a grip of it. So associating that lost card with a love pull, if we're talking about relationships or being single, we may be lingering on a breakup or someone that we have previously lost. This also may indicate that your partner feels as if they lost you, or that it's like the relationship is not repairable right now. It's just a heavy feeling around the relationship. If you're single pulling this card, it just means that you are probably still hung up on a very recent loss of somebody, or a breakup of somebody, or a breakup of a relationship or situationship that is just lingering for you emotionally. And you may be experiencing a little bit of tension when it comes to your relationship life or your love life. So just give yourself some grace here, because we are going through a process emotionally, and there is a loss that you have not yet totally grieved or went through completely. When we pull the Five of Cups in a career reading, this just means that there was either a loss of a promotion, a loss of a career, a loss of a job opportunity somewhere. Maybe you just left a job, or you didn't get the job offer you thought you were going to get. This is just a reminder that you are still at number 5 out of the King. So you have lots of time to recover. It just feels really heavy that this career path isn't working out for you, or it's just not feeling good right now, but that doesn't mean that it never will. So if you're currently in a job where you see the Five of Cups come up in a reading and you know you don't want to leave that job, just take this as a sign that you just feel like you lost out on an opportunity at that job, not necessarily that this job isn't for you. When we see the Five of Cups in a financial read, this just means that we are financially at a loss somewhere. but it isn't as substantial as a loss that's going to leave you kind of panic mode. It's just kind of like, damn, that one hurt. It's kind of like going to the casino and putting in a $20 bill and then losing all the 20. It's not necessarily putting you behind in your financial goals, but it's kind of like, oh, that sucked. You know what I mean? So it is going to feel just a little bit of an emotional hit in the finances as well. What I want you to remember as you're diving through the Five of Cups is that although there is a loss, it doesn't mean it's a complete loss and you're out of options. It just means that it's an emotional heaviness and that it's something you're going to have to work through emotionally in order to continue forward, because there are better things coming for you. You just have to get through that feeling of a loss first. And when we see the Five of Cups pulled reverse, I actually like to see it pulled reverse better than upright, because it means that we're starting the transition of moving on from that loss. So whether it's love, career, finance, you are now moving past a loss of a boyfriend or girlfriend. You're moving past the loss of a promotion at your job. You're kind of like rebuilding from a financial loss. So it's a good sign when it's reversed, because not that any card is a bad sign, but it is just a good sign to kind of remind yourself, if the Five of Cups is appearing in reverse, we are getting over the hump of a loss and it's not as fresh, but it's still lingering. So when we see, for example, in a love reading, someone who is going through a breakup and wants to get back out there, if I see the Five of Cups in reverse, I tell them that they are ready to get back out there, but the loss that they had from the previous boyfriend or girlfriend is still a little bit there, but we know that we're ready to go out and try again. So it's not that it's completely gone just yet, but you are kind of on the other side of the hill, if that makes sense. You're kind of on the downhill of that loss completely, whether it's love, career, or finance. That's going to wrap up the Five of Cups today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another video with me. If you're interested in seeing my makeup tutorials, those are posted every single Thursday on my channel, so definitely don't want to miss out on those either. Next week, we are continuing the Cup series as we dive into the Six of Cups, and you will see how the Cups is starting to make a turn finally. So I will see you guys next week, and that's going to do it, guys. I will see you in the next one. Love ya.